I think you can see why I'm so proud of the Forest Service and the work that they do, and all the people in the Department of Agriculture. And quite frankly, you find out a lot about people when you put them under these types of stresses, and they performed unbelievably well. So I'm very, very proud of them. We have a program in the Forest Service, and it's the North Carolina Forest Service Youth Offenders Forest Conservation Program, and it's BRIDGE for short. That's the acronym for it. And what it does, it trains young inmates to work as wildland firefighting crews and get them ready for emergency response. Travis Ruff is the director of this program, and this is a little known program, but it is something that is a key part of doing what we do with wildland firefighting. We've had to defend this program at the legislature a couple of times, and I will defend it over and over again, not only because it brings so much to firefighting, but if you read the testimonials of the young inmates that have gone through this program and see how it turned their lives around and the successes they've had after that, you'll understand how important this program is. Travis, if you would come up and talk about the BRIDGE program.
Commissioner. Present the BRIDGE program to you here this morning. The BRIDGE program not only affects the lives of the responders that actually are going out and doing the work, but the lives of those that they're responding to. The Commissioner has the BRIDGE program as a tool for emergency response, and primarily wildfire. Again, the BRIDGE is an acronym for the program, so if anyone comes across a BRIDGE participant or anything, they would know it as the BRIDGE program with the Forest Service. The program was established in 1986 after a spring fire season that was similar to our fire season we just came through in the fall. They found out that they didn't have enough manpower, so they found that they had some manpower that was readily available, 24 hours, 7 days a week. They were always right where they knew where they could find them, and all they needed to do was train those folks. So the BRIDGE program was started, and it was a model for multi-agency coordination. Currently, the Forest Service Agriculture, Community College System, and the Division of Adult Correction are directly affected by the program. Not only that, but it reaches out to just about every agency in the state. Currently, we have 13 crews that we use on a daily basis, and one of those, and an additional crew would be a carpentry crew that we have through the community college. But those 13 crews are available 24/7. The staff know that this is a way of life for emergency response. And again, the inmates, we know where they are 24/7, so it's easy to find. It was mentioned that there was a division of a highway for a work area, but our work area is primarily the western 32 counties of North Carolina. We use a general rule of I-77. Anything west of I-77, you may encounter some of our crews doing some form of work, but especially emergency response. Just some facts for the program. Since 1986, we've ran through about 5,000 inmates going through the program, and with that, 2.7 million man hours, and that's just inmate man hours. It's been worked out through those years. And if you base that on a price range of $11 an hour that we use for a basic firefighter, currently today for the state of North Carolina, that would be a cost savings of $30 million, roughly. So with that, not only does the state gain benefits from the program, but the inmates gain all sorts of life skills. The response and the opportunity to provide to other people with the benefits of what they can offer is just amazing to them. Their attitudes are just amazing whenever they see that they can accomplish those things. The recidivism rate for the BRIDGE program, or the return rate to prison, There was an official study done in 2008 with the Department of Corrections at that time, and they said that their population return rate was somewhere around 38%. We did an unofficial study just with Bridge, and our rate for recidivism for that period of time was 7.3%. So again, that was an unofficial study, but it is something that we're proud of. We are primarily a program for fire suppression. In that fire suppression, we offer a helitack crew, and the helitack crews basically are used they use the helicopter to be transported to a fire so they can get there quicker and into more remote access areas. And we also have an engine crew. The fall fire season that we just came through, all those crews were working day and night. We use an 8-hour day roughly as far as money goes. If you use an 8-hour day, our inmates get paid $1 per day. So an 8-hour per day, that's 12.5 cents per hour. Most of those 8-hour days didn't even come into play. You were talking about some people working 30-hour shifts. So that 12.5 cents goes down to pretty much nothing. But during that same period, that month, we worked roughly 22,000 man hours, just inmate man hours. If you equate that to what it would be for a basic pickup firefighter, which is very difficult to find, $11 per hour, that's $239,000, dollars, opposed to somewhere around $2,000 is what it actually cost us. So dealing with those and the cost savings to the state and actually giving back is second to none as far as emergency response. These inmates were responding to these large fires that's already been mentioned. They were working every single one of those large fires. They were working multiple fires on a daily basis as far as initial attack. The numbers of fires is astronomical if you go back and look at each fire that they went to. Roughly 25 large fires, but then the initial attack just was daily and running from one fire to another. So this resource is something that travels and moves around constantly. It is affected by the homes that's being threatened and so forth, which takes us to our engine. The engine itself, the engine crew, which is traveling in the truck. It's a four-wheel drive truck, basically. It holds a 5-person crew as well as all of our crew trucks. And we use that for the structure protection, putting it around people's homes and trying to protect those homes. Just tried to illustrate that with some of the crews. And these guys actually run this engine. They don't drive it, but they actually run the pumps and run this engine just like any other firefighter in the nation. These firefighters are trained as far as nationally, just like any firefighter anywhere in the United States. So when they get out of prison, it's our goal to hopefully provide tax-paying citizens and also provide emergency responders that can go get jobs somewhere else in the United States. Not only do we do fire, we do floods, any kind of ice storms, tornadoes, anything that goes on in Western North Carolina if it's got to do with emergency response. The emergency management folks calls on the Bridge program, and we respond to any kind of natural disaster, assisting with anything that we can. The problem is we can't hardly come any farther east than I-77. There's just no way to house inmates anywhere east of I-77 when they're all housed in one location. So as far as limitations go, we're limited to Western North Carolina just because we're stationed right there in Morganton. What do we do when we're not fighting fire? All sorts of work. The bottom line is we're developing the firefighter. We are running chainsaws, doing trail work, doing landscaping, any kind of thing that you can think of just about, but all the time developing that responder. We want that inmate to be able to do what we need them to do whenever the time comes for emergency response at a second's notice. So there's no opportunity usually when we pull up on the scene of an incident to do a lot of training. So we do that during the days when we're just out doing regular skilled work and trying to promote opportunities for these guys to learn and get benefits from the program. Just anything that we can do to teach them life skills and benefit them for when they get out. We do have quite a few success stories. We have an individual that actually went through the program that wears the same patch I do. We have people in various locations across the United States in the emergency response world, and just in North Carolina alone, just people that's out in the workforce that came through the program that hopefully we positively affected. And again, this is a tool that the commissioner has that benefits you and me, and I'm a resident of Burke County, so it was definitely something that was not only part of my career path, but it also was happened right there locally as far as personally, and benefited me as well. So thank you.